Hi friends, myself Lizzie Gupta. As promised, we'll be talking on trade finance and to start with the weekly topic number one, and we'll try to understand the need and importance of doing international trade, that is export or import, uh, for any country that matter. So now coming to the point, then why do we need to export and import? Let me tell you. So how does it arise? The need arises from the hunger of the people. You see, look here. If you go to the jungle, what do you find? The morning, the big animals are running after the small animals. So because they are hungry. So same is the case with the countries. The people are hungry and they need to eat. Look at 400 years, 500 years back, if you are in the middle of the Middle East. What happened? People need to eat. And what they have to get something to eat is something like dates, okay? Or you have something like animals, you can cut the animal and eat it, right? Nothing else. But then you look for the food grains, right? Who looks for the country? That okay, fine. Let's provide the people the food grains. Then what to give? What surplus they have? That is the oil. Then they try to find out and go to the country like India where they have the food surplus. So then you can exchange between the two countries. That okay, Middle East gives the food grains, the oil, and we provide them food grains. Then it becomes a need for the trade. Then who will do this? Obviously, the countries, when they have felt the need for the individuals, obviously it will be done by the companies or the firms, and the motive will be profit and the growth. And third, for the individuals, right? Okay, like you and me, and they will be becoming a part of the service organization to provide this. Then what happens here? So the issue comes in face of the country is that the how to settle that. Look at this in today's time. If you look at this, is that about 85% of the trade is settled in American dollar. So what was that at the time of the initially? It was just a barter system. So barter that okay. So the you take the oil like in India and you give the food whatever surplus you have. But then the problem with this is the trade is first locating the buyer and the seller. And the second problem in this kind of business is the fixing the swap ratio. Okay, how many barrels of oil would be equivalent to how many tons of wheat or the grain? That's a major one. And that led to the creation and the settlement for all international trade in terms of metal. So whatever we are talking is international trade is in terms of export of goods and import of goods. So generally, how does it happen? It happens due to the surplus by one country and deficit by another country, and they complement each other. The surplus countries, the supplies to deficit countries, and deficit countries supplies whatever surplus they have, and and then the trade started in terms of settlement through metal. Look at this. In a place like India, like when in olden days, we used to have 560 states, and each state was ruled by a king, and each king has its own currency. Then what to do? Okay, now suppose let's take an example. Like if you see the people in Rajasthan, they wear the gold on their in the ears, the men's, and the women say they wear on the body. Okay, so then what happens here? Because there is no banking, no ATM, no security, no what. Now suppose they are traveling from Rajasthan to Kerala. And Kerala, then there is another currency, Rajasthan, there is another currency. Then how do you buy the goods there? Okay, you give that earring and buy the products. Come back here and again make it. And again wear it. Because when it is attached to the body, it is difficult for the thieves to remove from their body. It becomes a sort of arrangement for the security also. So the next question comes. This is regarding. In fact, if you look at the trade which used to happen, lots of traders, merchants used to come from Europe, Italy, especially to Kerala, olden days, and they used to buy cotton linen, the black pepper, the spices, right? And they used to give gold for buying all these things to the people in Kerala, to the traders in Kerala. And you will be surprised if you know some people in Kerala. They are rich in gold. And not only they are rich in gold because they have earned it. And they used to part of their earnings of gold with the god. So if you go and see the temples, even they are having a huge amount of gold with them. So this is the way the whole system works. So let me tell you, the need for the trade and trade finance is basically coming from the hunger of the people, of the countries, and the countries those have got surplus, they supply to the other countries, those who require it, and right, and they buy the surpluses of other country. And then so initially it happened through the barter system, and then it happens through the metal, that is the gold. And a country like India, especially in India and China, we were settling through we were settling through what? We were settling through silver. India, China, and all. Okay, majorly into that. Okay, so this is the way it works. Okay, so we'll continue in the next topic. Thank you.